the music doesn't stop. You can keep listening to this show online. Just open up the WFUV app or head to WFUV.org.
It's almost March, and spirits could not be higher for the Fordham Rams. Riding a 4-game win streak, their longest in 3 years, and with the A10 tourney on the horizon, the Rams face one of their biggest tests of the entire season, on the road against the A10's number 2 team, VCU. Behind reigning A10 Co-Player of the Week, Day Reeves, Fordham looks to do what it's never done before: go into Virginia and win against their fellow Rams. It's a late season A10 clash between the Fordham Rams and VCU, and live next on WFUV Sports. And that was the sound of the national anthem here at Siegel Center in beautiful Richmond, Virginia. Highs of around 65 today, so better weather for the Fordham Rams than New York, that is for sure. Today there is a beautiful matchup between Fordham and VCU, and on the day before the calendar flips to March, madness is in the air in Richmond, Virginia. It's A10 basketball between the 16-12 Fordham Rams and the 21-7 VCU Rams. I'm a solo crew today. I'm Nathan Rogers here at the Siegel Center for WFUV Sports. Just a few minutes from a 12:30 tip-off, which should be a good one. Fordham winners of 4 in a row, its longest A10 win streak since its famous 25-8 Rose Thrill year 3 years ago with Keith Urgo. VCU firmly second in the conference, but on the heels of a tough loss at St. Louis that snapped a 10-game win streak. One of those 10 games, a win on the road in the Bronx against the Fordham Rams, 63-59, which was a nail-biter that Fordham couldn't quite get over the hump in, but less than a month later, we're right back in the same matchup here in Richmond, a chance for some redemption for Mike McPaio and his Fordham Rams. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and talk about the starting lineups for our 12:32 tip-off.
First for the visiting Fordham Rams, starting in the forward position, a freshman from Brisbane, Australia, number 0, Abbas.
Hey, what's up? It's Owen Kelty, one of WFUV Sports New York Knicks beat reporters. Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks look to dominate the East and bring a championship back to New York. Keep up all season long on my X account at Owen Kelty for all the highs and lows of New York Knicks basketball. WFUV Sports is your home for all things Knicks.
Hi everyone, I'm Grace McCarran and I'm one of your 2025-26 New York Islanders beat reporters for WFUV Sports. Follow me on X at GraceMcCarran_ for live game updates, features, and other inside content from the island all season long. From the development of first overall pick Matthew Schaefer to incredible saves by Ilya Sorokin, WFUV Sports has you covered every step of the way as the Isles look towards the postseason. WFUV is your home for New York sports.
Okay. Welcome back to the Siegel Center here in Richmond, Virginia. Before we get into kind of the more storylines of this game, let's run over the starting lineups. For the Fordham Rams, At the number 1 spot, we got Day Reeves. He's the co-player of the week from last week in the A10. Last time around against VCU, he scored 21, and he's really the heartbeat of this team. And he's the leading A10 scorer for a reason. Christian Henry will be at the point guard position. He's a 6'3" guard from Chicago, top 10 in assists in the A10, and one of the best passers in the A10. Abbas Bodija, he'll be at the 3. He's one of those players that followed Mike Magpayo from Riverside. He's from Australia, and he's a 6'10" redshirt freshman, and he's been a great player, really solidifying his reason to be in the starting lineup. We got Rickett Schulte at the 4. He's been a great player. He's 12th in the country in offensive rebounding. And at the 5, we got Akira Jacobs, one of Mike Magpayo's favorite players, and he's a 6'10" junior forward. He's from Japan. He was on the NBA Global Academy. He's also a transfer from Hawaii. On the other side for VCU Rams, we got Brandon Jennings. He's a sophomore, 6'4" guard. He was great last year, and he was a redshirt. He was a true freshman last year, really solidifying his spot in the starting lineup for VCU, a 2nd seed in the A10. At the number 2 spot, we got Nick Lewis, who didn't play last time against Fordham. He got injured in warm-up, so Fordham will have to adjust to a new player in the starting lineup for VCU. Was a 4-star and 55th recruit in high school. Jadarian Tracy will be at the 3. He's an Oregon transfer, an Oregon Duck, and also a former St. Joe's transfer. So he'll be a great addition for them. Barry Evans was also a Bonnie's transfer. He's a senior. He's 6'8". He'll be at the forward position. And then Lazar Djokovic, who absolutely ripped apart the Rams in that second half with 11 second half points, but a total of 17. Fordham could not stop him. So that will be the starting 5 for each. It will be maroon jerseys with white lettering across the chest for the Fordham Rams, and it will be white jerseys with black and yellow engraving across the chest for the VCU Rams. Kind of just talking about the storylines, VCU comes tonight as one of the most disruptive teams in the Atlantic 10. They're averaging over 83 points per game and forcing nearly 15 turnovers a night. Talking to Mike Magpayo briefly before the game and talking to some of the players, they are really good in transition, the VCU Rams are. If it becomes a track meet for Fordham, that is the absolute worst case scenario. They're very fast. They're 2nd in the A10 in pace. But on the other side, Mike Magpayo and the Rams have been playing their best brand of basketball in the last 2 weeks. They scratched off a win against Loyola Chicago. They beat Davidson against a really good Davidson team in front of a really packed crowd at Rose Hill. And the team had a little bit of break, but haven't played Davidson since the 20th, and the Rams of VCU haven't played since the 21st. And Mike Magpayo said during practice they haven't had more information than ever in his career. They track everyone's input and output strength-wise, and these guys are working very hard, and they're playing their best basketball they have so far. The Mike Magpayo and Fordham Rams come in as the number 1 scoring defense in the Atlantic 10 and 4th ranked on KenPom in defense, and one of the best defenses in the country. They're 11th in scoring defense in the country. So very scrappy teams these both are. One thing to keep in mind here before the tip-off, VCU gets to the line very efficiently and very fast. Here's the tip-off, be Abbas Bodija against Lazar Djokovic. The tip is in favor of the VCU Rams. It'll be Jennings at the top of the key. Over to Tracy, back up top of the key, Jennings. They'll take a screen by Djokovic. Lewis driving in, guarded by Henry. Back out to Jennings. Kicked out to Djokovic. He'll fake a 3. Over to Tracy. Nail of the free throw line, but it'll be Barry Evans looking for 3. He'll be off the mark, but Jennings will grab the rebound. Back out to Tracy. His 3 is also missed. Akira Jacobs will corral the rebound. Christian Henry will bring it across the timeline. Christian Henry over to Jacobs' left wing, guarded by Tracy. Looking for anyone in the paint, can't find anyone. Christian Henry, top of the key over the VCU U logo. Taking a screen by Schulte, he'll roll down. Pass to Abbas Bodija, he'll be blocked by Evans. It'll remain VCU Rams ball, Fordham Rams ball, excuse me. Barry Evans has been one of those players that's been super disruptive. VCU is known for their blocking, especially in the paint, very physical team down low. Christian Henry will inbound from below the basket, out to Schulte, left wing. Will look to get the ball to Dede, who's being harassed by Jennings. He'll pull up way downtown, and it is off the mark. Lewis will grab it, and across the timeline we go. Djokovic, far side wing. Back up to Jennings, top of the key. Near side wing, Lewis. He'll lose the ball. It'll remain VCU ball. No one has scored here today so far at the Siegel Center. VCU will inbound the ball under their hoop. Looking for an inbounder, Lewis is. They get the ball into Tracy, far side wing, guarded by Akira. Back out to Djokovic, looking for a three, doesn't want it. Back out to Lewis, far side wing. Working on Henry, inside the paint. Kicks it out to Tracy, off the mark. Akira grabbed the rebound and kind of got an elbow on Djokovic there, but Henry will bring it across the half-court line. Right side wing. Loses his dribble, he'll give it to Abbas Bodija, top of the key. Day working on Jennings. Loses the ball, turns it over. It's Lewis on the other side. VCU will assemble their offense. Into Djokovic in the paint, guarded by Schulte. He went vertical. Bobbles around. Jacobs comes up with the rebound. It's a 5-on-4 scenario for the Fordham Rams. Day out to Akira, near side wing. The three is off the mark. Barry Evans taking it swiftly across the timeline. That three is missed by VCU. Henry will grab the ball across the timeline. No scoring here with under 18 minutes to go. Henry being harassed by Lewis. Schulte, top of the key. Looking to get the ball to Day. He does hand it off, top of the key now. Back to Henry. Shot clock at 10. Pump fakes. Back out to Akira, top of the key. Three. Off the mark as well. Barry Evans grabs the ball. Working on Day. Back out to Lewis. Far side wing, Brandon Jennings. His three is good. For the first score of the game, it's 3-0, 17 minutes remaining. Schulte loses the dribble in the paint on the opposite end, but is fouled by Djokovic. That'll be a stoppage of play here. Fordham shooting 0 of 4 from the field. VCU 17%, they're 1 of 6. Only one of those were a three. Very defense so far here at Siegel Center. Mike McPile really loves going to that 2-3 zone sometimes, but doesn't want to rely on it. So they'll keep with this man-on-man. Christian Henry will inbound the ball. Abbas Bodija, near side wing. He'll dribble in the paint. He's in the painted area. Working on Barry Evans. Back out to Schulte. Back to Day. Top of the key. Will take a screen by Schulte. He's being double-teamed, pushed out of bounds by the baseline. Over to Akira, far side wing. His three is off the mark. Lewis pushing the pace. He's now in the paint. Loses his dribble, back out to Jennings, guarded by Henry. Near side wing, Lewis. Corner, working in the painted area. Lewis is back out to Tracy. He gets fouled in the paint by Christian Henry, who looks very frustrated. Mike McPio telling his, I can hear it from here on them in the booth, telling his team to vocalize on defense more. Again, it's been 11 straight games where Fordham has held their opponents to well under their season averages, sometimes by significant numbers. One of those was VCU last time around. Only held them to around 63 points. 16:33 here to go in the first half. VCU only up 3 to Fordham's goose egg of 0 points. Jadarian Tracy will be at the line. Again, he's a St. Joe's and Oregon transfer. He played at Oregon last year, was part of that March Madness run as well. They made the tournament. He averaged around 10 points. He's 71% from the free throw line. VCU very good as a team from the free throw line. They shoot very well and very efficiently. 7th in the country in made free throws per game, as he will shoot his first. Nothing but nylon there for Tracy. He's an interesting player, too. He's really a veteran stabilizer on the wing. He's one of those just spot-up shooters and one of those players that really is good in transition in that guard spot. He's 6'6", 210, an absolute tank of a player. Also played football in high school. The second free throw is off the mark. Schulte with the rebound. He'll give it to Christian Henry to do the dirty work to get it across the floor. Top of the key, assembling his offense. Day down to Schulta. Far side wing. Akira top of the key. Handoff to Roracor. Akor over to near side Christian Henry. Down working in the paint. Bounce pass to Akor. And that's good for an easy two. He was double teamed but gets it high off the glass for Fordham's first points of the game. 16 minutes remaining here. 4-2. VCU up. Tracy driving in. Schulten went vertical, but good defense, better offense. Tracy scored there. 6-2. VCU. Day near side wing. Guarded by Jennings over to Schulta. Back to Akira. Nail of the free throw line. Roracor. Christian Henry will take it back near side wing. Schulta in the paint. Bounce pass to Akira gets intercepted by Terrence Hill Jr. It'll be VCU ball, but it'll be a stoppage of play here as we go to our first under 16 media timeout. So first break of the day, early going from Virginia. It is VCU 6 to Fordham's 2. We'll step aside and be right back with more Fordham men's basketball on WFUV Sports. Is that good or what's going on? Okay, that's good.
Hey Devils fans, Tucker Austin here from WFUV Sports, one of your New Jersey Devils beat reporters for the 2025-26 season. From Hughes Brothers Havoc to Heischer hat tricks and Markstrom masterclasses, I'll have you covered live from the Prudential Center for all things Jersey hockey. Follow me on X at @Taustin_24, where I'll have live game updates, analysis, and post-game coverage all season long as the Black and Red look to bring Lord Stanley back to the Rock. WFUV Sports is your home for everything New Jersey Devils.
Welcome back to the Siegel Center here in Richmond, Virginia, as we are underway from our first media timeout. Again, it is VCU 6 to Fordham's 2 with under just around 15 and a half minutes remaining. It has basically been all defense here, and Fordham projected to finish last, just blowing those expectations out of the water, projected to have an 88% chance of earning a bye in the tournament, but looking for a marquee win today. And again, reminder, if VCU wins this, they clinch a double bye, so they'll be in that top 4 spot, locked in. Their first team other than SLU, who's kind of on their different planet, but falling back to earth. SLU is, but they'll earn a top 4 double bye in the A10 tournament, which is just underway in around 2 weeks here, which will be in Pittsburgh. If Fordham can scratch away a win here, Mike McPile will be definitely looking at a bye, maybe even knocking at the door at kind of a top 6, maybe a 7th seed. They're sitting at 8 right now. Dayton had a big win last night over the A10, but let's switch it over to Fordham VCU. Keys to the game. They got to win the turnover battle if you're Mike McPile and the Fordham Rams. VCU loves to get out in transition. They love to have a track meet and get points off turnovers. If the game turns into that, Maroon and White will be in trouble. Secondly, paint the picture for the Fordham Rams. This is the cleanest blueprint for Fordham right now. Attack the paint, get to the line, and force rotations. They just have to do it. McPile emphasized paint pressure and getting into that Davidson game. Fordham converted 18 of 29 twos. That's good for 62%. So again, recruiting-wise, they really wanted that three-point shooter to be part of their identity. It hasn't really worked so far. Although those shots are timely, they really got to focus on getting the twos. And other than Reeves, who scored 21 last time against VCU, was the A10 top leading scorer, in my opinion, should be in that first all-team A10, but can't just be Reeves. You got to have a supporting cast. Back in action here, Tracy over the cursive V on the logo, looking for someone inside, guarded by Day. It'll be Jennings working in the paint, surrounded by Rams, misses front iron. And it'll be Akira out in transition. Day working on Terrence Hill, a drive off the glass. What a beautiful touch with a whistle as well. That'll be an and one. So he'll go to the line and shoot one. Opportunity to get that and one. First foul there for Terrence Hill Jr. He's their leading scorer, averages around 15 points per game. Terrence Hill does, but Let's talk about Day real quick. He's a New York native from Syracuse. He played at Iona, really was attracted to Fordham because of that New York spirit, and he's been the heartbeat of this team, really somehow still underrated in the A-10 as the leading scorer with around 17 points per game. His free throw is good. 15:05 left here. Fordham scratching back 6-5 the score. Fordham with a full court press here surrounding Terrence Hill Jr. Jennings will get the ball in though. Far side shot is off for Hill, but he'll grab his own rebound into Tracy, who's off the glass, and it's good. Kind of a defensive collapse there for Fordham. And offensive rebounding is something that both of these teams are very good at. Christian Henry driving in the paint on the other side. Bounce pass to Schulte, and it's off the mark. He tried to reverse layup there. Just the presence of Barry Evans down low was too much for Schulte. Tracy working on Akira, top of the key. Jennings, near side wing, hands it off to Terrence Hill Jr. Backspin move, but it's too much footwork, too much magic for there. Schulte will get the steal. Akira works up and gets a foul call in transition there, trying to work in the paint. As Schulte got the steal there. So Brandon Jennings will get his first foul of the day. Akira will check out. Louis Lesmond, the Harvard transfer, will check back in. He's number 77. So Christian Henry will inbound the ball. 25 on the shot clock. VCU 8, Fordham 5, 14-10 remaining. Get the ball into a boss, Bodija, near side wing. Posting up Jokovic, will give it out to Henry, doesn't want the ball. Henry working on Terrence Hill Jr. Gets a switch, he's on Jokovic now. Pump fakes, fires, air ball from the wing. VCU going the other way. That's Tyrell Ward. Now back to Terrence Hill Jr. Back to Ward, working on Akor. Akor, straight up defense, great defense. Grabs his own rebound, and it's Henry pushing the pace the other way. Day, far side wing, three. Bobbles out. Off the mark, Michael Bell grabs the rebound. Firing his pass, Terrence Hill did. Back to Tyrell Ward, and he'll be fouled by Roar Akor. Kind of a good foul there in transition. 13:26 remaining in the first half. So VCU will be shooting 2 at the line. Tyrell Ward will. He's from DC. He's actually an LSU transfer. He's really just a big guard. He's 6'6", 195. His first free throw bobbles at the front iron, bobbles at the back iron, off the backboard, so that'll miss. Tyrell Ward has been kind of that rotational player that gives Phil Martelli Jr. that really spacing, continuance, and consistency. Reeves will work on Terrence Hill Jr. and get the ball across the court over the VCU U on the logo. Abbas Bodija will get a bounce pass to him. He'll give it back to Dede, though. Dede working on Jokovic, kind of surveying the field here. Doesn't want it. Back to Bodija. Pump fakes, fires. Now he's in the paint. Back to Christian Henry. 8 on the shot clock. Spin move. Back out to Bodija. Top of the key. Pump fakes, fires. And it is off the mark. Looking for a rebound where Akor is, and he gets it out to Dede, who's open for 3. Top of the key and missing, but Akor gets his own rebound again. Louis Lesmond driving in the paint. Off the mark as well. 3 straight misses for the Fordham Rams. And Akor will just foul Terrence Hill Jr. there. So Fordham visibly frustrated, but Mike McPio telling his team to calm down. Fordham is 2 of 14 from the field. Nothing has been going right for them beyond the arc. They're 0 of 6. Offensive rebounding has not been a problem. They're actually out-rebounding the VCU Rams 4-2. But shooting 14%, the Fordham Rams are. That's why they're down 9-5 with 12:30 remaining in the first half. Barry Evans, guarded by Marcus Green, top of the key. Gives it up to Terrence Hill. Takes a screen by Jokovic. Now he's near side. In the paint, Jokovic is. Swarmed by the maroon and white. Confusion on who the ball is out of. It went out of bounds. Looks like it'll remain VCU ball. It'll be 6 on the shot clock. So VCU will inbound the ball under their own hoop. It'll be Terrence Hill Jr. inbounding the ball. Jokovic, an off-ball screen that allows him to get free. Back to Terrence Hill with 2 on the shot clock and gets fouled in the paint. A blocking foul. Looked like that was by Marcus Green. It was Christian Henry, number 30. So that's his second foul and a result. And 2 free throws for the VCU Rams. It'll be Terrence Hill shooting a pair. First one is off the mark. So VCU's a very good team at getting to the line and forcing those tough shots in transition, but not shooting the ball particularly well from the free throw line. They're 2 of 5 so far as Terrence Hill shoots his second free throw, and it is good. So VCU will go into double digits on the scoreboard here. They're up 10-5 with 12:14 remaining in the first half. Day working on Michael Bell, top of the key. He'll take a screen by Bob Bodija as he rolls. Christian Henry, top of the key, driving in the paint. Very physical layup, but it's off the mark. Fordham back in transition. Barry Evans, guarded by Day. Jokovic near side wing, wants the 3. No good. Day wanted the foul there on the rebound by Barry Evans, but he grabs his own rebound. It'll be VCU. 3-pointer in the far corner, and that is good. So that was Nick Lewis, again, a player that Fordham did not see last time around. And, you know, he's a physical freshman guard. Averages 9 points a game, 39% from the field, really an X factor. 6'1", 195 guard for Phil Martelli and the VCU Rams. Day with 12 in the shot clock, drives in the paint. Off the glass again, another missed layup for the Fordham Rams. Barry Evans going the other way, working on Marcus Green on the low block, near side. Tough layup in the and one. It's really hard to stop Barry Evans in transition. And this will be a stoppage of play. It'll be another under 12-minute media timeout as VCU is up 15-5. We'll take a quick break and check in back home in the Bronx up north with Isabella Terracini. She has a one-on-one scoreboard update. Take it away, Isabella.
The one-on-one scoreboard.
Thanks, Nathan. Taking a look at a stacked Atlantic 10 slate today, the St. Bonaventure Bonnies traveled 318 miles south to face the George Mason Patriots, which tips off at 2 p.m. A CBS special features the Richmond Spiders at Loyola Chicago to clash with the Ramblers today at 4. Drew Valentine's squad will try and end their 4-game loss streak in front of his home crowd. And in the primetime spot, number 23, the St. Louis Billikens are welcoming Terrence Ginyard and the Duquesne Dukes to the Gateway of the West, and tip is set for 8 p.m. Eastern. With the one-on-one scoreboard update, I'm Isabella Terracini. Back to you, Nathan.
Thank you, Isabella, for that one-on-one scoreboard update. Nathan Rogers here in the booth here in Richmond, Virginia. Fordham, VCU. VCU is up by 10. The score is 15-5 with 11:06 remaining. These teams meeting for the 18th time. Fordham has won just once. That was overtime in 2017. They have actually never won in this building, ever in the history of A10 basketball. So trying to do that here. Mike McPaio and his Fordham Rams off to a sluggish start. They're 2 of 16 from the field, 0% shooting from beyond the arc. They've only gotten to the line once thanks to Day Reeves, leading scorer in the A10. VCU playing pretty clean basketball, but it's been a very defensive game, very physical. And again, the keys to the game for the Fordham Rams were you got to be physical in the paint. That's the cleanest blueprint for a win. And get those easy twos and make VCU's life more difficult than it has to be, especially at home. But looking around me, you can probably hear from the crowd, Mike, but it is pretty loud in here. Honestly, I can't see an open seat. They got a band in here and everything. So VCU has always been known for their student section. which has actually come out very strong. They had student section of the year about 7 years ago. Of course, things have changed, coaching changes for VCU, but let's take a second and look at Phil Martelli Jr., son of Phil Martelli. He's the head coach of VCU. He was hired in March of 25 to take over the reins of the VCU program after Ryan Odom left the torch for UVA, and they're 11th in the country now, a really sneaky team in the tournament. Martelli Jr. is known for building programs from the ground up, whether it's leading Bryant to just their second March Madness appearance ever since the program transitioned to D1 in 2008, or in 2014, leading the Blue Hens of Delaware to their first tourney berth as well. So he was named 2025 American East Conference Head Coach of the Year for a reason. He was also played at St. Joe's. He was a great four-year player there for the A-10 Conference, so he's very familiar with A-10 basketball and how that all works out for each team and the tournament as well. But Phil Martelli before the game saying, you can't get closer to March than what we are now, February 28th, after a kind of a week off for both of these teams, as Barry Evans will miss his free throw. Again, a team that's very good at free throw shooting. They're 3 of 7 from the line so far. Under 11 minutes to go here. Fordham down by 10. Schulte, top of the key, guarded by Jokovic, will give it off to Louis Lesmond, bobbles the pass. Wants to give it up to Akira, also bobbles the pass. He hits the deck. Almost a near turnover there. Day double team will give it back to Akira, far side wing. And a pass that's intercepted by Barry Evans. It's all Jennings in transition as Day kind of a shoulder there in transition on the other side of the court. No foul call, though. Just around 10:30 remaining here. Got another turnover for the Fordham Rams. Again, Mike Magpaio, a nerd ball guy himself, doesn't want to commit more than 10 turnovers per game. That would be an A+ for him. Barry Evans, near side wing, is almost intercepted by Day. Jennings passes it out to Nick Lewis, who is good from beyond the arc on that far side wing. That's his sweet spot. Nick Lewis is up to 6 points here. Two out of 3, 66% from beyond the arc. Day double teamed again. Marcus Green, top of the key. He wants that 3, and it is good. Marcus Green actually played at my rival high school from the Bay Area. He's a great player. He's actually been playing so much better, and he's a Hawaii transfer. Nick Lewis wants to shoot again. And how about 2 in a row for Nick Lewis? He's 3 of 4 from 3. He's already up to 9 points. He's the game's leading scorer so far, and VCU's leading scorer as well. Again, a player that Fordham needs to adjust to if they want to play down the stretch. He didn't play last time around. Injured in warm-ups he was. Schulte is going to do it himself. Misses a layup again. Grabs his own rebound. But Nick Lewis, doing it on both ends of the court, gets the steal. Jokovic, Barry, back out to Tracy. They're moving the ball across the perimeter very well. Lewis working on the near side wing, goes into the paint, guarded by Schulte. A lob pass was too high for Jokovic on the near side block. So it'll be a foul on Marcus Green. That'll be his first of the game. So this will also be shooting. Again, VCU now up 21-8 with 9:19 to go. So Fordham just can't get really anything going on the offensive end. Excuse me, it'll not be shooting. They'll inbound the ball under the hoop as VCU sets up their offense. Marcus Green very confused if he's getting subbed out or not, but he will be subbed out. So it'll be Rorkor, Schulte, Akira, Day, and Louis Lesmond for the Fordham Rams. Barry Evans, near side wing, working on Akira. Doesn't want it. He'll give it up to Jennings, top of the key. Double team by Akor and Schulte. Pass to Barry Evans, who also drives in the paint. Far side block. It's off the front iron, and Akor jumps in like an Avenger for that rebound. Day marching up the court, trying to stop the bleeding. They're one of their last 11 from shooting from the field. They missed that shot. It was Schulte who missed that one. But he steals that ball and pushes up the court against Day, who pump fakes, fires, gets Nick Lewis in the air, and another and one. So count it and one. Michael Bell was caught for that foul, and that'll be his first. So Day, again, a chance for another and one. Fordham looking to with this free throw. If it is made, cutting the lead down to 10 with 8:42 remaining in the first. Day dribbles the ball again, and that free throw is good. So Day, the leading scorer in the A-10, is up to 6 points, 2 of 7 from the field. Michael Bell on the wing. Crossover, goes to his right, guarded by Schulta. Double team now by Akira. Loses his dribble. Akor comes up with the steal. Nick Lewis couldn't handle the pass from Michael Bell there. So Day on the U of the logo. 20 on the shot clock, 8:17 to go. Day still dribbling, looking for a screen by Akira. He'll take it. He's working on Lewis now. It gets stripped away, but Day takes it back as well. Who wants it more? It was thrown up in the air by Jennings, and it'll be a lob pass to Tracy and alley-oop over Akor's head. My goodness, and that will force a Mike Magpayo timeout. They want a full timeout to talk things over. Again, final score here. 23-11 here at the Siegel Center. Things kind of slipping away. Fordham shooting 4 of 20 from the field, 14% from beyond the arc. VCU, 5 of their last 6 shots they've made. On the other side of the coin there, Fordham has missed 11 of their last 13 shots, other than Day. So we'll send it back to Rose Hill for a quick break, and we'll be back for more Fordham men's basketball on WFUV Sports.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex Diaz.
And I'm Mary Hannah Gallagher.
And we're the host of All In, a women's sports podcast.
On All In, we discuss everything women's sports, from the WNBA, the AUSL, and NWSL.
No matter the sport, we have you covered.
You can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere else you get your podcasts.
All In is a production of WFUV Sports.
Welcome back to the Siegel Center here in Richmond, Virginia. It is VCU up 23 on your Fordham Rams 11. Just can't get really anything going. Fordham also up to 6 fouls so far. Schulta has not scored. Same thing with Akira Jacobs and Louis Lesmond. It's been really just the Day show for the Fordham Rams. And on the other side of the coin, it's been all strength in numbers for the VCU Rams. Brandon Jennings has gotten involved, but it's been the Nick Lewis show as well. And Jadarian Tracy, how about him? He's a senior. Again, he played at Oregon, he played at St. Joe's. He kind of had a rough game against Fordham last time around, but now he's figured it out, and they're getting out in transition. And Fordham Rams have just really struggled from beyond the arc. And Mike Magpayo, his keys to the game as well as mine were, you got to win the turnover battle. And, you know, on a podcast earlier this week, Mike Magpayo talked about how happy he is with his guys. They're playing their best basketball all year. But if they want to beat a team like VCU, who's very physical, they've got a lot of blocks and steals. They're one of the best teams in the country, top 10 in getting to the line, and second in the A-10 in pace. They also like to set ball screens for their bigs, for their fives, and that's, you know, players like Barry Evans and also Jokovic. He's a stretch 5, stretch 4 kind of player, and it's all about how can Fordham contain players like Jokovic, who popped off for 11 second-half points, and the game just got too much to handle for the Rams in that second half at Rose Hill. But looking at this game so far, the VCU Rams are up to 40% shooting. They're 8 of 19. Again, Fordham just not shooting the ball well. A lot of missed layups, and VCU will start out with a full-court press here as Day inbounds the ball under their own hoop here and gets it into Akira, which will hand it back to Day. Under 8 minutes to go here again, 23-11, VCU up on the Fordham Rams. Day will take a screen by Akira, will work far side, back out to Akor. Schulta looking for someone to give the ball top of the key, gives it to Day. Akor, far side wing, wants the 3, in and out for Akor. It'll be VCU in transition. Man, are they good at getting in tempo. Barry Evans pump fakes on the 3, working on Akira, goes in the paint, hands it off to Tyrell Ward, who gets fouled on the baseline, trying to get pushed out there. But it'll be Akira who draws the foul there, so it will be shooting. So again, VCU getting to the line, getting that easy profit off the charity stripe, which will absolutely just kill the Fordham Rams if they want to stay in this game, especially down the stretch. So it'll be a 1-and-1 for Ward here. He misses the first. Schulte grabs the rebound and gives it to Christian Henry, who will be on the far side wing, taking it up gingerly. Working on Jennings. Back out to Louis Lesmond, top of the key, takes a screen by Schulte. Crossover, back to Schulte, back to Henry, top of the key. He crossover, tries to get in the paint, 6 on the shot clock. Akor to Louis Lesmond, who's open for 3. That didn't even hit rim, but Akor grabs the rebound, but it's taken away by Nick Lewis, who pushes the pace. Jennings, out to Ward, far side corner. Also off the mark, Schulte grabs the rebound. Henry wants to push the pace, near side wing. Drives in the paint, back to Akira. Out of the three-point line, backs his defender down. Henry, top of the key, slows things down. Left screen. Oh, but it'll be offensive. Ref didn't like that one. It'll be a moving screen, it looked like, on Schulte. So one of those players that has been playing his best basketball and kind of had a not-so-great game before the last one and really turned it around against Davidson. And Micah McPower really talked about how that makes it great for that team culture, and a player like Schulte, who's always going to be in that starting 5 playing over 30 minutes a game, for him to bounce back like that, a message sends to the team that anything is possible. VCU driving in, but blocked by Schulte. Jennings gets his own rebound. Back to Barry Evans, far side wing, and that's off the mark. Akira will grab the rebound. Henry across the timeline. Back to Akor. Akira working on Ward. Backs him down in the post. Hook shot, but it's blocked. Oh, it was foul. He got hit in the nose. It looked like he's checking for blood. But he'll shoot 2 here.
Personal foul charge to number 15, Tyrell Ward.
So Tyrell Ward, the LSU transfer, that big guard, 6'6", 195 body was too much for Akira. He gets whacked in the face, it looked like. So, again, a tick under 6 minutes to go here. Akira will be shoot a pair of free throws. The first one is good. So that'll be Fordham's 12th point of the game. Some substitutions here. So Barry Evans will take a rest. Jadarian Tracy will check in. Kingston Price will also check in for Louis Lesmond. So for the Rams, it'll be for bigs, Akira Jacobs, Schulte, and Roar Akor, the 18-year-old. And for the guards, it'll be Christian Henry and Kingston Price. Akira's second free throw is good. Fordham will get in position for their man-on-man full court press. Kingston Price didn't really know what he was doing there and left someone open. So it'll be VCU working on a new 20 here. Top of the key, Jadarian Tracy. Top of the key. Back out to Djokovic, who wants to back down Schulte. Double team by Akira and Schulte. It's loose. Bodies fly on the floor, but Christian Henry comes up with it. Christian Henry takes a left screen by Akira. Dribbles. He's now working on Djokovic. Far side wing. Crossover. Step back. All the fancy work, but can't finish. In the paint, it'll be Ahmad Noel in the front court for the VCU Rams. Djokovic over to Jennings. Back to Djokovic. A backwards pass. That's Noel. Ahmad Noel for 3. That is good. Again, he's a bench spacer with a quick trigger. Nearly 40% from 3. He's also a UConn transfer that played around 20 games in total for UConn. Akira, other side of the court. Under 5 minutes to go here at Siegel Center. Christian Henry backing down Noel. Pushes with his elbow. And he will be fouled. as he went up for two, missed rim. So he will shoot two. 4:41 to go. 26-13. It's all VCU so far. Again, Fordham 4 of 23 from the field. So that'll be VCU's 6th foul. Christian Henry will shoot a pair here. He's not so good from the line as he misses the first one from the free throw line. Christian Henry around 60% from the free throw line so far. Kind of just subpar shooting for a guard his size from the free throw line. His second free throw is also not good, so that one's off the mark. It'll be Noel pushing the pace on Kingston Price. Jokovic, top of the key, hands it off to Tracy. He wants the three. He pulls up off back iron, but Michael Bell comes up with it in the paint, swarmed by Maroon. But Akira Jacobs comes up with the rebound as that was a missed shot by Michael Bell. Christian Henry going the other way. He wants a screen by Schulte. Schulte will set a pick on Noel. He gives it up to Akira. Day now gives it up to Christian Henry, top of the key. Back to Day near side wing. There's a whistle down low, so that'll be called on Terrence Hill Jr., the team's leading scorer.
Personal foul is charged to number 6, Terrence Hill Jr. That's his second.
So Akira again will go to the line, and this is something that the Fordham Rams have also struggled with. VCU is very good at getting to the free throw line. Fordham, not so much, especially down the stretch, buying those easy points off the charity stripe, something that Mike McPio and the maroon and white have definitely struggled with. So Akira Jacobs will look to get his point total to 3 here. It will be a 1-and-1 shot. 4:06 remaining. Fordham down by 13, 26-13 the score. Louis Lesmond will check in, and he misses the first free throw, but Schulte grabs the rebound. Falls out of bounds on the baseline, and it looks like it will remain Fordham ball here as he was pushed out of bounds. Ref signaling to the fans that it was off of a VCU player, and Schulte got kind of shoved out of bounds, so it will be Day inbounding the ball with a new 20 on the shot clock. 4:03 remaining. Again, Fordham down by 13. Day smacks the ball, wants the inbound, gives it to Abbas Bodija, far side corner. Driving in, Schulte, top of the key. He wants the three, pulls up, and it is good. Schulte is one of those players that has a sneaky good three-point shooting, and they are timely. So Schulte moves his point total to 3. Terrence Hill Jr. working on Abbas Bodija. Left side hook shot is good as he drives on that left side in the painted area. And it is 28-16 VCU. 3:30 remaining here at the Siegel Center. Day on that cursive C and U of the logo. Can't get a screen by Schulte. Head down, driving right side. Kicks it to Schulte. Left side block. Working on Jokovic. Working again. Fancy footwork. But all but the finish there for Schulte off back iron. So it'll be Jadarian Tracy pushing it up the court. Michael Bell pump fakes on Abbas Bodija. Drives in. Pump dribble. Loses the dribble. Schulte moves in transition. He's doing himself. Kingston Price on the left side. Reverse layup. He passes to Day, and that is good for an easy 2. It was a 3-on-2. 3-man weave. Just looked out of a high school drill there, and it was too easy for Maroon and White. So they're inching back here, cutting the deficit to 10 with 2:40 remaining. Nick Lewis kicks it out to Jokovic. Pump fakes, fires, and he's into the paint and one. Abbas Bodija had that Statue of Liberty left hand. Caught him with a foul. So it'll be another stoppage of play here at the Siegel Center. It is a under 4-minute media timeout. So first half not quite done yet. It is 30-18, all VCU, but Fordham finding their identity of offense slowly but surely. We'll take a pause from action and send it back north to New York, where Isabella Terracini has a one-on-one scoreboard update.
the one-on-one scoreboard.
Thanks, Nathan. With the Olympics complete, the NHL is back in full swing. Your Metro teams are back on their home ice, including the New York Rangers and Pittsburgh Penguins, currently closing out the first period with a score of 1-0 Penguins. Check out WFUV's own Max Spitza on X for updates. Jack Hughes and the rest of the New Jersey Devils squad are out in St. Louis to face the Blues. Puck drop is set for 5 p.m. Eastern, and Sheldon Keefe is looking to put an end to his 5-game losing streak. And just about an hour behind them, at 6 p.m., is a matchup you don't want to miss. Patrick Roy's New York Islanders are 572 miles west, visiting their in-division rival in Columbus, Ohio for a matchup with the Blue Jackets. With the one-on-one scoreboard update, I'm Isabella Terracini.
Thanks, Isabella. Final few of the first half here in Richmond, Virginia. It's 30-18, 2:33 left to go. Nathan Rogers on hand for WFUV Sports here in the booth. Here at the Siegel Center. It is loud in here, packed seats. They got a band, and they are rocking. Someone with the flute here is just going crazy. Love to see it for the VCU fans that have kind of been struggling with their student section so far, but coming to life here in a good time before March in the 8-10 tournament in a couple weeks in Pittsburgh. VCU, again, the number 2 seed. Fordham kind of eyeing that 8 seed. They're alone in that 8 seed. Again, the 8 and 9 do play the 1 later if they do move on, and the 1 is SLU. So if you're Fordham, you know, you're kind of thinking, do I want to go up to that 7 seed so I'm playing the 10 and I kind of avoid playing SLU? But I think if you're Mike McPie on the Rams, you just want to win. You're not focusing on what seed you're getting. And if you're Fordham, you're really looking, you could finish with 9 or so wins, and that would be an amazing season for Mike McPio's Rams. It's been all VCU Rams so far in this Rams matchup. They've been shooting the ball pretty well. They've gone to the line very efficiently, haven't really connected on all those free throws, but Jokovic here will try to erase that narrative so far in the first half as the final couple minutes remain. Jokovic will shoot a 1-and-1 here, or be an and 1, so he'll shoot 1, excuse me. So it'll be 31 VCU, 18 Fordham. Marcus Green will inbound the ball from Dede. He'll just pass it back to Dede. Dede taking it across the timeline. Guarded by Jennings, left-hand dribble. Now a right-hand dribble over to Louis Leswan, straddling the three-point line, gives it to Abbas Bodija, open in the paint, but then surrounded. Schulte bobbling the ball like a hot potato. Near side wing now, a new 20. Louis Lesman surveying the field back to Schulte, wants to get Dede involved, he will. 11 on the shot clock. Dede, top of the key, crossover, backspin, gets his defender in the air, falls on his back, misses the shot, but Schulte will get another offensive rebound. And that will not go, so Barry Evans will pass to Nick Lewis, top of the key. 20 on the shot clock, Jennings has to work with. He'll pass to Nick Lewis, working on Marcus Green. Spin move, that was nasty. Got Marcus Green going the other way, it was too much for the Hawaii transfer from the Bay Area. And Fordham is down 33-18. A minute and a half remaining here at the Siegel Center. Fordham itching to get anything going. Jokovic gets the steal, passes it up, but Dede recovers it and passes back to Bodija, who also gets fouled. My goodness, this is just a back and forth ping pong matchup here with Fordham and VCU. 1:17 remaining. It was a steal. Dede got the ball back. Abbas Bodija then got fouled by an attempted steal, so Abbas Bodija will shoot free throws. It's VCU's 7th foul. So it'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Abbas Bodija. Again, who's been playing his best brand of basketball in the last month or so for Mike McPia. He makes the first, so he'll shoot another. Looking to get Fordham's total to 20 with 1:17 remaining. Fordham 4 of 7 from the line so far, actually shooting a little bit better than the VCU Rams. Abbas Bodija fires from the free throw line, and it is good. So it's 33-20. VCU up. 1:15 remaining. Barry Evans, top of the key. Back to Tracy. He doesn't want it. He'll give it up to Jennings. Working on Day-Day. Marcus Green wants him now. Back to Barry. Far side wing. Back to Barry. Moving the ball very quickly. Jennings near side wing now. In the corner. Pass to Djokovic. 6 on the shot clock. Jennings got to work with. Djokovic wants it. He'll pull it from 3. Looks like he got the foul, and he did, and it is good. A 4-point opportunity for Djokovic. Lazar Djokovic, the 6'11 junior from Serbia, he played at Xavier. He had a lot of Big East recruitment from Serbia, but he leads VCU in rebounds. He's a strong finisher, especially in that pick and roll, but he's also a spot-up shooter. 3 on the shot clock, why not for Djokovic? And pun intended with his name, he's a laser of a shooter. He's top 10 in the A-10 in field goal percentage among qualifying players and top 5 in the team, and also defensive rating. And again, he was basically the sole reason why VCU won that game against Fordham last time. As a team, VCU didn't play so well down the stretch, but Djokovic handled it well. 40 seconds remaining in the game clock for Fordham. Louis Leswan looking for someone. Pump fakes, fires on the far side wing. Day-Day will look to do it himself. 15 on the shot clock. He's getting harassed by Djokovic and Lewis. Louis Leswan will dribble. Fadeaway 3 in the corner. Gets his own rebound, though. 24 on the shot clock. 20 on the game clock. 16 on the shot clock. A 3-second difference. Day-Day driving in. Almost gets blocked, but he'll be fouled as he falls down and looks like he might have hurt himself, which would be very unfortunate for the Fordham Rams. But Louis Leswan, fadeaway 3 in the corner with about 10 on the shot clock. Probably was not the shot that Mike McPile wanted. It was a dribble fadeaway 3 in the corner, and he was guarded very heavily. Luckily, Day-Day got the rebound. Had to do it himself. Drove left with a left-hand dribble. Djokovic was all over him as well as Barry Evans. Kind of pushed him out of bounds. Got called for the foul there, so Day-Day will shoot 2. VCU's 9th foul, so Fordham's in the bonus here. VCU in the double bonus as Fordham has 10. So for VCU in the final 11 seconds, it's Nick Lewis, Jennings, Djokovic, Tracy, and Terrence Hill Jr. for Fordham. It's Day-Day shooting free throws, Schulte, Abbas Bodija, Louis Leswan, and Akira. Day-Day's second free throw is good. 37-22, 11.3 remaining. Nick Lewis back to Jennings. Jennings will get it across the court. 7 seconds remaining. Far side corner, it's Tracy. Pump fakes, gets Akira in the air. He wants the 3, and that's off the mark. Schulte tried to do a half-court heave, but it gets blocked by Jennings. And that will do it for halftime here at the Siegel Center. And Fordham looking outside in here, 22-37 the score. One of their biggest deficits they've had in the first half. Fordham shooting 18% from three-point. They're 6 of 30 from the field, 73% from the line. VCU, a team that's really good at getting to the line, only got to the line a few times, only shot 10 free throws, 13 of 30 from the field, 38% from beyond the arc, and it's been all Day-Day so far. But on the other side of the court, Nick Lewis, a player again that didn't play. Mike McPile will have to tell his team how to adjust in transition for that. But that'll do it for me for this first half. We'll send it back north to New York for the one-on-one halftime show. Take it away, guys.
The one-on-one halftime report.
Welcome in. I'm Sophia Smith alongside Isabella Terracini. Fordham ends the first half trailing the VCU Rams 22-37. Definitely not the first half that Fordham wanted. I think the biggest thing here is that the big guys just haven't stepped up in this game. I mean, obviously Day-Day is carrying, but most of the other, literally 4 of the guys only 4 of the guys had points up until a certain point, up until the 4-minute mark in this first half, whereas VCU was getting points from pretty much everyone.
Yeah, I mean, Day Reeves has 10 points right now, and Bodic has got 2, Schultz has 3, Jacobs has 2, and Louis Lesmond doesn't have anything, and they were the last people on the court. So we're seeing a lot from Day, and we just saw him fall, got a little scared here in the stew. But we're watching this, and we're like, okay, it's not looking great, but there is still an entire half of the game. And yes, this could be the lowest first half score from the Rams, but on the bright side, there's way more game to be played. I think they're going to go into the locker room. They're going to have maybe some words exchanged. Maybe Magpio could say something to fire them up, or tell them just like, get on the ball. I feel like that has always been the message from those coaches to those bigs down there. Just put your hands up and bring that ball down. That's your job. That's what you do when you're under the basket. Rebounding is so important. And just refreshing all of this, Schultz has got 6 rebounds. That's pretty good for him, and Jacobs has 8. So we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Are we getting everywhere? No.
It's just unfortunate that Fordham came out in this one not ready to play. Like, I think that VCU was just so much more on the ball and in transition and ready to play, and they came up to a 4-0 lead.
Yeah.
And then just kept going, and Fordham just couldn't catch up.
Yeah, I think once you give up that lead, it's hard to catch up, and it will probably become a game of catch up. They have to stop the ball. They have to capitalize on those turnovers. And this is the number 1 scoring defense in the Atlantic 10, and I don't think we're really seeing that in the first half. And I feel like that's what Mike Magpio should emphasize in that locker room. Like, you are the number 1 scoring defense for a reason. Act like it. Like, just go capitalize off steals, turnovers, force whatever you can. Don't let them put that ball into that basket.
Yeah, they're shooting at 20% right now with 18% from the arc, and I just think that you need to really take a lot more advantage of your chances, because there was so many misses in that first half, whereas, this is a team that we've seen, they're on a 4-game win streak. Like, you are capable of more than this.
Yes.
And going into the second half, it's not unimaginable to think that they have a chance in this game at all. So, yeah, like I said, just the big guys got to step up, though.
Yeah. And I think, they're doing what they can now, but there is just way more energy that they need to bring into this. And like Nathan said, the Rams have never won against VCU in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And, they've already beat Fordham at Rose Hill. So I feel like you can't really afford a sweep here. You have to fight back.
Yeah, definitely.
This should be your revenge game. Okay, they came into the Hill, and they won. Now it's your turn to go show them who's boss.
Yeah.
Show them why you're ranked the number 1 scoring defense.
Yeah, and use that fire to just attack.
Yes.
You can't go 4+ minutes without scoring. You need, like I said, you need to take advantage of the chances that you're getting, because this is not the Fordham team that is going to be able to win this game.
Mm-hmm. It's also interesting because DeGeorge Reeves has 2 assists already, so I'm feeling like he's not we're seeing him put the ball into the basket, but are we seeing him help other people put the ball into the basket? Not necessarily. And this is still a team game. We need to see just way more activity, way more they kind of look disjointed at this point.
Yeah, definitely disjointed. Akira Jacobs is 0 for 3 in a field goal and 0 for 3 for 3-pointers. Something's gotta give here.
Yeah.
They're getting a little bit unlucky too. Just kind of balls not bouncing the way that they would intend. They would like.
Yeah, it's always the ball's fault, isn't
it?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, no, it's just, and of course, Nathan said it a lot. Just gotta win those turnover battles. Can't afford the points off turnovers.
Yes.
And Fordham has 7 of their own points off turnovers, which
is low for a first half.
Yes. Well, they only gave up 5.
Yeah.
So, but VCU is shooting at a 43%, 43% against 20%.
Yeah. It's just I'm scared. I would hate to be in that locker room right now.
I know.
I'm scared.
So if you're Magpio, what are you saying?
I'm telling you to just play your heart out.
Exactly.
And I'm just reminding you, you've never come into Virginia and beat VCU.
Make a statement.
Make a statement. Make them proud. This is a big game. Okay, you're only down by like 15. Like, easy money.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Just go on a nice like 10-0 run. You're right back in it.
You're right back in it. Just believe in yourself. Have that confidence. Don't stutter. Just play like you want to. Play like you want to win. And I feel like I'm seeing a little bit of it, but I'm not seeing 100% from each of those 5 bodies on the court. I'm feeling like Day, he's got it on lock. He knows.
Absolutely.
He's like, I want to win. Me and my 10 points.
And when is he not?
Right.
When is he not on it?
Right. I mean, 0 for 3 today from behind the arc, though. I feel like maybe Magpio could be yelling at Brett for that, but probably not.
I mean, he's carrying the team on his back at the moment.
He is carrying, and I think he might be somebody that the other members of this team should look to and be like, okay, let's just go back in there. Let's get back onto that hardwood and just play like we want to win. We just need to figure out how to capitalize off of these turnovers, how to get those fast break points, and just put the ball into the basket and play like you're a good defense.
Exactly. And this is a difficult team to beat.
Yes.
I mean,
this is
second in the A10s. Just had their 10-game winning streak broken.
Yes.
So, they're obviously looking to get back in the win column.
There's totally a chip on that shoulder.
Yeah. So, I think that if everyone gets involved, everyone has to chip in. And I'm specifically looking at Schulte and Christian Henry because I feel like they haven't done a lot in this game, and Schulte hasn't been too strong the past 2 games for the Rams, and I feel like he
kind of pulled up in clutch for that 3-pointer.
Yeah.
That was kind of really cool.
I think that we need more though. We need some more clutch moments.
Yes.
Definitely.
We need
up and down the lineup.
Yes, we need to make Nathan just like he's been excited. Like you can hear that he's like really happy to be there, but I'm hearing him say a lot more about VCU than Fordham.
I know, and I'm hearing a lot of like misses.
Yes.
Fordham's missing.
Yes. It's unfortunate. Right now 2 for 11 from behind the arc.
Yeah.
And it's those 2 3-pointers coming from Marcus and Rikus, like it's fun watching those guys put the ball into the basket from behind the arc, but come on, Day.
I know. I'm also looking at some guys on the bench. I would like to see a little bit more from them. Kingston Price, Louis Lemond.
Yeah.
Both with 0 points.
Yeah. I mean, I think those 2 guys, they just need to put their heads down and just focus, lock in, and just drive to the basket. It's fun seeing them like get really hype about this, and I just don't feel like there's that energy there. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was a grody little flight over to Virginia. I don't know, but the energy, I don't feel it.
Yeah, I feel it from VCU.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're a lot more in this game. They, like I said, they came out very, very strong.
They came out
They came out ready
hot.
to win.
Yes.
And each of their players, like everyone has points, everyone has production.
Yes, because they know that they have that chip on their shoulder from from breaking their win streak, but also Fordham's on their win streak. Why not?
Yeah.
Put one more W on there, and come back into the Hill later this week and do it again.
Yeah, Fordham needs to just do their thing.
Yes.
Do their thing. I hope that Magpio really laid it into them during the little break they had there.
Yeah. Hopefully they got some time to sit down, regroup. I expect them to come into this second half guns a-blazing, ready to play, locked in, just head down, and they are going to show what they have. And just absolutely ball out. I would like to see more of the 5 starters on there and just them working as a unit instead of a little bit disjointed and discombobulated. When I see them working together, knowing the routes, knowing like what they're gonna do, and going in there and just laying it all out on the court.
Yeah, and I think that getting this win, if Fordham could pull it off, would be great for like their momentum and their energy. Add to that win streak and going into the last games of the season and into the playoffs. Like,
because the season, like, it's March tomorrow.
Yeah,
like we're a few days away from Selection Sunday, and it's just like Also, we have A10 tournaments coming up. Like, this is important for the statement of Fordham. Like, just bring it home for the Bronx.
And win the Battle of the Rams.
Win the Battle of the Rams. One of the many Rams in the Atlantic 10. Like, I don't know why there's so many of them.
It's crazy. Like, why?
Yeah.
Get your own.
Everybody wants to be us.
I know. Ridiculous. All right. I think that's going to do it from us in the studio. I'm Sophia Smith. I was joined by Isabella Terracini. Fordham is going into the second half trailing 22-37 against the VCU Rams.
Want to be part of the Ramley? It all starts here. I'm Nathan Rogers.
And I'm Kate Cox, and we are two of your hosts for On the Hill, WFUV's exclusive podcast for all things Fordham athletics.
From the field of Moglia Stadium to the hardwood of the historic Rose Hill Gym, we've got you covered with the ins and outs of Fordham sports.
Every week, every play, every round. Tune in weekly wherever you get your podcasts. This is On the Hill.
Welcome back. I'm Nathan Rogers here for WFUV Sports at the Siegel Center here in beautiful Richmond, Virginia. And the weather very nice outside, walking around almost sweating. It was so hot compared to the very brisk weather in the Bronx. But the teams are heading out of the locker room. They've talked it over. They're getting their warm-ups in. So VCU up on Fordham 37-22 at the half. So we're 2 minutes away from the beginning of the second half. Fordham did not score in almost the last 3 minutes of that first half, and just in general went on a lot of scoring droughts. 3 of them, you didn't score for over 4 minutes, and it really hurt Mike McPio and the Rams. They are coming off great wins. After a loss to Bonnie's at home, they are on a 4-game win streak. They beat St. Joe's in Philly, scratched off a win there. At Rhode Island, a game winner. Rhode Island, that was a 70-66 final. Loyola Chicago, they also won there. And Mike McPio said in a podcast that really they were holding on for dear life against Loyola Chicago, who is the A-10's worst team. And that's just the story of the A-10. Any team can beat any team. We've seen SLU. They were really on planet Mars for about a month and a half. Fell to a few teams. You know, they got their mojo back against VCU at home, and then again lost to Dayton. Dayton shot the lights out of the stadium, but again, all of these teams are beatable, and those top 4, VCU being one of them. Fordham's also shown that they can come back from a deficit like this. I believe in the first game they were down by around 13 points, and thanks to the swim team, they brought them back into that second half. Those were Mike McPio's words, not mine, even though I am on the swim team. Anyways, we got under a minute to go here. Fordham not shooting the ball particularly well. It's been a day-day show. No supporting cast for him. He's going to win an Oscar in this game. But for VCU on the other side of the ball, you got Nick Lewis with 11, Barry Evans with 5, and Brandon Jennings, number 0, with 2 points. So it's been kind of a well-off affair for VCU. It's strengthened numbers so far for the Rams. For Maroon and White, they really got to work on playing down the stretch. It's something that they struggled with 2 months ago, but again, the last month, 3.5 weeks, especially 2 weeks, they have been playing from behind going into the second half and have had great second halves, especially the last 10 minutes of the game, taking that lid off the basket, getting out in transition, and again, turning the ball over is something that they've struggled with. So far, you know, we're looking at around 10 for them so far, and they really want to also focus on forcing turnovers, something that they really did well against URI and even teams like St. Joe's in transition, just really cutting off driving lanes and making life really difficult. But for Fordham, the name of the game is getting in the paint. Stop the bleeding while you can against a very strong, very physical VCU team. So for Fordham, it'll be Akira inbounding the ball right at the timeline. Christian Henry at the 2. It'll be Day at the 1. Schulte and Akor will be the bigs here down low. For VCU, it's Barry Evans, Terrence Hill Jr., Jennings, Tracy, and Djokovic. Schulte, top of the key, gives it to Akira. Akor takes it off. Guarded by Evans. He wants to pass inside, but Djokovic and Tracy were all over it. That pass inside. So it'll be a foul. So a new 20 for the Fordham Rams. Christian Henry will inbound under their own basket to Akor, near side corner. His 3 is off the mark. Nick Lewis will push the pace. Over to Jennings. Inside the paint. Beautiful layup. Really physical. Lowered that shoulder and got up quick. Just 30. Tick down here at Siegel Center. Fordham working the ball across the perimeter. It's all Day. Left-hand dribble. Kicks it out to Christian Henry, near side corner, and his 3 is good. His first 3 of the game, his first points of the game. He was 0 of 3 before this. Now he's 1 of 4. So Christian Henry is one of those players. If he gets hot, the rest of the team will as well. Fordham also playing in their 2-3 zone. Schulte blocked. Djokovic, Day, it's a one-on-one situation. He goes up strong, misses the layup. Jadarian Tracy grabs the rebound. Barry Evans up to Jennings, top of the key. Tracy working on Akor. Left side wing. Back to Nick Lewis. Over to Evans. Backing down Akira. Near side block. Djokovic wants the 3. Pulls up. Off left iron. Day. Flies in for the rebound. We have an off-ball foul on Schulte. Looked like he got a piece of his jersey. And that'll be on Djokovic, apparently. So that was a little scruffle they had in transition. Crowd does not like that one. A minute and a half has ticked off here at Siegel Center. 39-25, 18 and a half minutes remaining. Day inbounds the ball, far side corner. He'll walk it up to the wing. Barry Evans is his defender. Left side dribble, fakes to his right, pulls up, top of the key. Free throw line extended, and that's good for a 16-footer. Day up to 12 points so far. He's leading the game in points. Tracy driving in, gets caught off by Schulte. He throws the ball over, so that'll be a turnover. It'll be Fordham ball. Christian Henry inbounds to Day. Christian Henry will walk it up the court. Across the timeline he goes. Back out to Day. Bounce pass to him. He'll pass back to Christian Henry. He tries to get out to Akor, who was wide open in the corner, but Tracy gets a leg on it, so that'll go out of bounds. Fordham will inbound the ball under the hoop with 20 on the shot clock. Just under 18 minutes to go here in the second half. 39-27, VCU up. 12 on the Fordham Rams. Christian Henry inbounds the ball to Akira. Left side wing, top of the key on the V for Day. Drives in, left-hand dribble, right-hand dribble now. Gets double-teamed, gives it up to Christian Henry. On the wing, he wants it. Again, it is good in Nick Lewis's eye. That's just good defense, better offense for VCU. Cuts it down to within 10. For the Fordham Rams, Nick Lewis pulls up. Right side wing, Day flies in for the rebound over his own teammate Akira. 39-30, 17 minutes remaining. Spin move by Christian Henry. He gets fouled in the end. 1, count it. My goodness. Christian Henry's got that shooter-shoot mentality. He had 0 points in the first half. Now his total's up to 8. 3 of 6 from the field. He's got his own and 1. It's the closest it's been since 12:15 in the first half. It's 39-32. So we'll take a quick break here at the Siegel Center, and I'll throw it back to the studio at Rose Hill.
Hi, I'm Mary Hawthorne, one of your hosts on WFUV's tennis podcast, Cross the Line. From breakdowns of majors to courtside U.S. Open coverage, we've got you covered on all things tennis from the ATP and WTA. Tune in to weekly episodes of Cross the Line on YouTube and featured segments on One-on-One. Cross the Line, WFUV's home court for tennis.
Back in the Old Dominion of Virginia, it's a battle of the Rams here in season 50 of the Atlantic 10. Fordham and VCU, 39-32. Nathan Rogers with you from the Siegel Center. Again, Fordham scratching back themselves into this game. They were down by 15 at half, and they are on a 10-0 run over the last 2 minutes. They haven't missed in their last 3 shots, and VCU hasn't scored in over 2 minutes. And the score is 39-32. VCU's up by 7. It's the closest it's been since the 12-minute mark in the first half. Christian Henry is now having a heartbeat. He's out there getting and ones, tough buckets, and back-to-back threes for him. So he is on fire right now. He's the hottest player on the court. Dede's moving his point total to 12. And for VCU, again, it is strength in numbers, but for defense, that zone defense for Fordham is really working for McPile. So that was the adjustment they were looking for. Again, talking to McPile before the Bonnies game, that was his first time seeing the same team again in the A-10. He knew he had to make adjustments down the line, and Mark Schmidt, a Bonnies coach, he's the winningest coach in program history over there. He just made more adjustments, and that's why they won. Here at Siegel Center, Mike McPile knows that he has to make the adjustments that are needed in terms of defense. Defense will lead the offense for the Rams as the team breaks out of the huddle, and Christian Henry will shoot 1 at the line. So he can move his point total up to 9, but cut the lead to 6. So just 17 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here. Christian Henry will shoot 1 here. Again, not a good free throw shooter. He missed both of his before, and he'll miss it again. But Akira grabs the rebound and is fouled on the floor before he fell out of bounds. So that foul will be on Michael Bell. He's a 6'8", 220 junior guard, and he's just a really good defender for this VCU team. He cuts off ball screens and transition, but Dede will drive in the paint off the inbound, give it to Akira. He wants a 3 in the left side wing, and it's good. Akira Jacobs, the spot-up shooter. It's 39-35. We got ourselves a game here, folks. It's 17 minutes remaining here in the second half. Fordham reaching back, and that was a crowd silencer here at the Siegel Center. Tracy wants the 3, and he does. That's a momentum shifter if I've ever seen one. So Jadarian Tracy, the veteran from Oregon, moves their lead to 42-35. Christian Henry on the cursive V on the logo, looking for someone to get open. VCU is hounding everyone. Christian Henry will do it himself on the right side, driving the paint. It got bobbled over on the iron, and it rings in and out. Barry Evans. Schulte with the steal. Akira will pass it up to Schulte. Dede is wide open. Schulte will do it himself to the cup. He misses the layup, but he is fouled. Fordham again on a 13-3 run over the last 3 minutes. So Schulte, one of the best rebounders in the A-10, if not in the country, will shoot 2 here. So Schulte will shoot a pair here. His first one is off the mark. Fordham shooting 8 out of 12 from the free throw line, so Schulte will shoot his second. 16-15 remaining here in the second half. He makes the second one, so it's 42-36. Fordham with a 1-2 kind of pseudo full court press here. Jennings kicks it into Evans. Will kick it in to Michael Bell, who swarmed and fouled under the basket. He tried to pump fake, got Akira in the air. Schulte was there, made his presence known, had his hands all the way up, but leaned over him too far, so that'll be called for a foul. So Schulte that'll be a second. So Michael Bell will go to the line at the charity stripe and shoot 2. His first one is good. 43-36 VCU. So VCU kind of silencing the Fordham offense so far, getting to the line, doing what they do best, sticking what their identity is, the Phil Martelli offense. Michael Bell shoots his second. And that one is in and out. Akira gets the rebound. Looked like he got fouled, and he did. So that'll be on Barry Evans. That is his first. So VCU will have a man-on-man 1-2-1 full court press. Christian Henry gets into a core who passes it back to Henry, who will do the dirty work and give it to Day-Day. In the paint already, and he drives up. Tough layup. He moves his point total to 14. It's 43-38. VCU just under 16 minutes remaining. Michael Bell in the paint. What a touch floater, and it's rims out. No score there. Christian Henry pushing the pace. Far side wing. Akira pulls up 3, and it is money. An absolute cookie of a 3 for Akira. That's his second of the game. It's 43-41. This is the closest it's been almost all game. Michael Bell working on Schulte in the paint. Passes it out to Tracy. He drives in on Akira. Gets doubled by a core. 3, maroon and white down low. But it's not enough to stop Barry Evans in the paint. That's an and 1. So just as you think if you're Fordham, you're going on a run, it immediately stops by players like Barry Evans, who's just too physical to handle, especially down low. So that will be another timeout here. So we'll come back after this break for more Fordham men's basketball on WFUV Sports.
Hi, I'm Ashley Went, one of your hosts for FUVFC, WFUV's best, if not only podcast for all things soccer. From insight from beat reporters for all of New York soccer clubs to breakdowns of all the major leagues and events from the international pitch to right here in the States. Tune in weekly as we discuss all things soccer on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts. See you next week on FUVFC, a product of WFUV.
Welcome back here at the Siegel Center. I'm Nathan Rogers for WFUV Sports. Fordham men's basketball here against VCU. Cutting the lead down slowly but surely the Rams are. VCU up 45-41 and really just crawling back defensively, but finally taking the lid off the basket and making life difficult for VCU. But again, the physicality of VCU being the number 2 seed in one of the best conferences in the country outside of that Power 4. Really, it's just been too physical to handle. VCU shooting 43% so far, 37 beyond the arc, but threes have been falling for Fordham. 6 of 16 so far. Akira with a pair of those. Christian Henry went off for a pair and an and 1. So again, one of the keys to the game that I said during the first half was, again, you got to win that turnover battle. But again, Reeves needs a supporting cast. It's like when you watch a movie and only one of the actors is good. Is it really that good of a movie? You got to have that supporting cast in there. So if Fordham wants that Oscar Nam, they're going to have someone else than Reeves, and they've been asking that of Schulte, Akira, Akor, and Henry, and they're finally getting that production from Henry that they've been wanting all game. And Henry's a momentum player. Once he gets going, once those shots start falling, it's all money from then on out. So 15:06 remaining here in the second half. VCU only up by 4. Again, they were down by 15 at first half. VCU's only scored 8 points so far in the second half. Fordham scoring 19, so they've doubled their total. They're outscoring them by twofold, the Rams are, but it'll be Barry Evans at the free throw line. And he will shoot one after his and one. Barry Evans, very good player, and a lot of problems he gave Fordham last time around. His free throw is good. He will check out of the game, though. So Tyrell Ward, someone who's also been a problem, a big guard and a floor spacer, he'll check in as Day gets the inbound. Again, under 15 minutes to go. Fordham now down by 5. Christian Henry will take a screen by Bodisha and then again by Akira. He's on the left side wing now. Top of the key, Day he'll do it himself. Double clutch layup. He misses, but Bodisha gets the rebound, puts it up, and gets a foul. So Brandon Jennings, the tone setter on the VCU Rams, the lefty guard, he'll get caught for that foul. So Bodisha, so he'll be shooting 2. VCU is in foul trouble so far. They have 7 fouls to Fordham's 2, so Fordham's in the bonus already. So if you're Mike McPile and the Rams, and VCU is very known for being physical in the paint, sticking with that big lineup, they have Akor, Akira, and Bodisha as their bigs, down low and getting those offensive rebounds. That's going to be something as a point of emphasis due to them being in the bonus. Jennings on the other side of the court. Under 15 minutes to go here, 46-43, VCU. Terrence Hill Jr. on the U of the logo. Tyrell Ward will give it back to him. Getting double team again. A Fordham defense, 2-3 zone. Hill from way downtown, and it is good. Why not do it himself? From the parking lot on the logo. Christian Henry brings it up on the court. It's 49-43. A touch over, 14 minutes to go here. Near side wing, gives it up to Day, top of the key. Akira, back to Henry. Henry wants a pick. Working on Jennings now, Akor on the wing. Inside to Akira, he's double teamed. He'll back his defender down. Henry from 3. Doesn't even hit rim. So the shot clock will expire. That'll be a turnover for the Fordham Rams. So the turnover margin's pretty even so far, around 8 for each team. VCU shooting a little bit better from the field than Fordham, 31% from the field the Fordham Rams are. Again, Fordham will have this full court press, will be 1-2-2. So it's 49-43 VCU. As Tyrell Ward will pass it over to Lewis. Lewis working on Lesmond. Surveying the field, it's Hill, top of the key, working on Day. Back to Lewis. Now back to Hill. He'll pull up again from the U, and it's off left iron. And it will remain VCU ball. Akira wanted to review that, but Mike McPowell telling his team to just play. So VCU will inbound the ball under the hoop. New 20 for them, so 13:30 remaining here. VCU up by 6. Tracy tried to drive in there, but gets stripped away by Bodisha. Great defense by Abbas. It'll be Akira. Left side wing is all open, and that's money. He puts it in, no problem. So Akira Jacobs is up to 11 points so far. He's 3 of 6, 50% from beyond the arc. One of his best shooting nights in the last 3 weeks for Akira. Tracy, bounce pass into Ward. Now into Michael Bell. Michael Bell gets fouled. So just under 13 minutes remaining here So that's Bodija gets caught for the foul. That he's got 3 now. So it'll be an inbound play for VCU. 20 on the shot clock, under 13 minutes to go. Fordham back to man-on-man defense. Inbounds to Jokovic, near side corner. Fires a pass inside, kicks it in for Tyler Ward, and he reverse layups it over Roricor's head and gets it in for 2 points. 51-46, under 13 minutes to go. Dede, top of the key. Hunched over, dribbling. Takes the screen by Bodija. He's now double teamed, so he'll give it away. And that was an ill-advised pass cross court to Jacobs. As Michael Bell was really disrupting there. Looked like Jalen Ramsey, a cornerback, almost took it and ran there. Luckily it didn't, so it'll be an inbound for Akira Jacobs and the Rams with 13 remaining on the shot clock. Dede will take it and cross over the timeline. He'll get a screen by Bodija, won't take it, he'll do it himself, right side, spin around. Back out top of the key, Louis Lesmond. He'll step back 3, looks, fires, and it's in and out. So Louis Lesmond hasn't scored so far. He's 0 of 3 now from the three-point line. VCU, looked like Tyrell Ward found an open Michael Bell cutter. Akira Jacobs had his back to the baseline. He wanted the dunk, but lost the ball in the process. So, looked like Akor got a hand on it, so he'll go to the line and get a foul. It'll be Michael Bell shooting 2. That's Fordham's 4th foul. Michael Bell takes a deep breath. No dribble, he'll shoot and score. So, some substitutions for the Fordham Rams. Dede will take a rest, our core as well. Christian Henry will check in, and Schulta. So, for the Fordham Rams in maroon and white, it'll be Schulta, Bodija, Lesmond, Akira, and Christian Henry. And for VCU, it'll be Michael Bell, Terrence Hill Jr., Jokovic, Lewis, and Ward. Terrence Hill gets his own rebound from that missed free throw and hits a 3, and Fordham wants to talk it over. Mike McPile is scratching his head at the middle of the court right now. He's visibly upset. So we will take another break here. It is 55-46. VCU is on a 6-0 run over the last minute. They haven't missed the last 4 of the last 5 shots. So we'll take a moment here. Let's send it up to Isabella Terracini, who has another one-on-one scoreboard update. Take it away, Isabella.
The one-on-one scoreboard.
Thanks, Nathan. Switching back to the hardwood, Wemby and his Spurs, hailing from my home state of Texas, are making the long journey to Midtown Manhattan for a 1 p.m. tip against Jalen Brunson's Knicks tomorrow. Follow along with Gabby Price on X to hear more about the Spurs' 11-game win streak. And taking the D train to Atlantic Ave, you can find the Cleveland Cavaliers going head-to-head against the Brooklyn Nets tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Follow along with Ryan DePultula for more on the Nets' probability to end their 7-game loss streak. And a classic in-state rivalry between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Golden State Warriors will tip tonight at 8:30 Eastern, adding another chapter to the LeBron Curry after a solid 5-hour drive north. I'm Isabella Terracini with your one-on-one scoreboard update.
Thank you, Isabella. Nathan Rogers here in Richmond, Virginia. Just under 12 minutes to go here. Fordham found themselves within 3 points at VCU, and now still within 10, 55-46. VCU up with under 12 minutes to go here. Again, Fordham, meeting for the 18th time so far, has never beaten VCU here at the Siegel Center. Never has it done it before, so Mike McPowell looking to make history here as the new Fordham head coach this season. Akira Jacobs has been playing really well. He's up to 10 rebounds. That ties a career high for Akira, and he's 3 of 6 from the field. Only threes he's been shooting. So he has 11 points and a couple free throws for him. Fordham playing very well so far in the last 5 minutes, but VCU making life very difficult. A couple of threes made for Fordham, and Nick Lewis has been an absolute problem. He's up to 11 points so far. The second highest other than Akira and Dede for the game high scorers. Again, VCU's on a 6-0 run over the last 51 seconds. So they've been scoring very quickly, very efficiently, and have only turned the ball over 9 times so far. Fordham will inbound the ball. Christian Henry running the baseline back and forth. We'll get it into Bodija. Almost broke the press, VCU did, as Tyler Ward gets in the way of that Bodija handoff to Christian Henry. But nonetheless, Christian Henry on the V of the VCU logo takes a screen by Schulte. Right side drives, goes in for the layup, but he is absolutely smacked by Tyler Ward. That was all ball. My goodness, that was physical. So it'll be VCU inbounding the ball under their basket. Nick Lewis will bring up the ball. He'll bring up to Michael Bell. Ward at 30 feet out, 20 on the shot clock. Djokovic, far side corner, guarded by Bodija. Lesmont. Back up to Ward, near side corner. Shoots and misses. That was Nick Lewis. He was wide open and just hit front iron on that one. So Fordham with a chance to score here in transition as Christian Henry walked the ball up. He's getting absolutely hounded by Tyrell Ward, the 6'6" LSU transfer. He's kind of the defensive heartbeat for this VCU team. Refs kind of telling VCU's bench to sit down. The assistant coach were out of their seat and very loud they are. You can almost hear them here from the booth. They weren't happy with that call. Bodija tries to get into Schulte, but it's blocked by Michael Bell. Gives it to Ward, who draws a blocking foul on Christian Henry. So kind of an odd series of events there. Christian Henry couldn't get the ball across the timeline off the inbound, off the baseline. Then Bodija tries to inbound the ball after that and misses it again. It's blocked off the inbound. So Christian Henry got called for the foul. That's his third. So Fordham up to 5 fouls. Again, VCU 6-0 run in the last minute and a half. Fordham scoring drought in the last 2 minutes. Tyler Ward hits his first free throw, so the lead is back up to 10 now, 11-10 remaining. Mike Pio says to his team, it's time to put Dede back in. So Dede smiling, he's ready to go in. Akira will take a rest.
He takes the place of Akira Jacobs.
So for the Fordham Rams, it's Christian Henry, Bodija, Lesmond, Schulte, and Dede. Ward's second free throw almost in and out, but falls. So Tyrell Ward will try to give Christian Henry on the inbound pass again some problems. Fordham getting swarmed on their side of the court. Can't even get it across the timeline, Lesmond is. He has to pick up his dribble, lost it, and almost threw it away. Christian Henry can't get across the court. This might be a violation here, but it isn't. Lesmond kicks it to Bodija in the corner. 6:17 on the shot clock. Schulte, top of the key, hands it off to Christian Henry. Right side, nail of the free throw line. Pass to Schulte. That's what they practice in practice every day. From the free throw line, getting into Schulte, down low on that post. It was an easy pump fake for an easy 2. So Fordham again within 10 here, 57-48. 10:30 remaining in the second half. Djokovic, near side corner, drives baseline. Lesmond cuts it off. It was a bounce pass to Michael Bell. It bounced off his kneecap and then went out to the baseline. So it'll be Christian Henry inbounding the ball again. VCU players breathing very heavily. The full court press is something that Phil Martelli really likes to pull out in the second half, as it gives Fordham an A-10 opponents a lot of problems. So they'll keep that. Christian Henry brings it across the timeline, hands it over to Lesmond on the V of the logo. Dede takes a screen by Schulte. He's working on Djokovic now, a mismatch. Christian Henry will step back, 16-footer, and that's all but nylon. That was a swish that you could hear from around the world there. So 57-50, a tick under 10 minutes to go here at Siegel Center. Tug Ward will bounce pass, a floater, beautiful touch over Schulte's hand, and back up to 9 the lead is. Bodija, screen, out to Lesmond corner. He drives baseline, gets cut off. Schulte, wing, he'll take a 3. In and out, won't go. Terrence Hill Jr. will push the pace and give it over to Michael Bell. He passes to a give and go Terrence Hill Jr. play. Maroon and white were all over that, but not tall enough for the 6'8" Michael Bell. Dede will slow things down here. Bodija, top of the key. Christian Henry cutting inside, wanted the ball, but he won't get it. Dede will. He's swarmed by VCU. Lesmond, pump fakes, get his defender in the air. Dede, now to Henry. On the left wing, will take a right screen to Schulte. He'll pass him as he rolled. Schulte down the key, pass, kicks out to Bodija. Far side corner is off the mark. His 3 was no good. 61-50, under 9 minutes to go here. Terrence Hill pushes off on Lesmond. Gets the ball back from Djokovic. Far side corner, Michael Bell crossover on Bodija. Bodija went straight up, but will get called for the foul there on that baseline as Michael Bell took a fall to the floor, and his teammates will help him up. 61-50, 8:40 to go. So VCU is now in the bonus. So he will shoot 2, both teams with 7 fouls, and both with 2 timeouts. Again, Fordham doing a good job of forcing turnovers. They're forcing 10 turnovers. They only have 9 themselves, and that was the benchmark McPile wanted himself. Wants to force at least 10 a game and under 10 turnovers for themselves. As Michael Bell misses a free throw wide left, so it goes off the left iron. 8:40 remaining. VCU up by 11. Fordham still in striking distance here. VCU has made 4 of their last 5 shots from the field. So Michael Bell shoots his second free throw, and it is good. As Barry Evans will check back in for Michael Bell. Christian Henry will inbound. He can run the baseline. He will, and pass it into a core who slips and falls, but gives it back to Henry. Henry will get across the timeline. McPile calling a play. Christian Henry still top of the key, looking for a cutting Dede. He finds Dede. Top of the key will move to a core, right side wing, and that is good from 3. So we'll cut the lead to 9. Roy Core is money from that right side wing. That same shot that basically looked like the same shot from Uri. Same shot there. So Barry Evans working on Schulte in the paint. Low side, near side block. Good defense there, better offense. Christian Henry across the midcourt line will take a double screen by Jacobs and Schulte. Jacobs wants the ball, looking for a cutting a core. And Dede throws the ball away, but it was tipped by Barry Evans. So it's 64-53. It's all VCU here. 7:53 remaining. It's an under 8 media timeout. So coming down the home stretch, Fordham remaining in striking distance. Don't go anywhere. More Fordham men's basketball coming up right after this.
Hey sports fans, it's Bobby C. I'm the sports director here at WFUV. From live broadcasts of Fordham athletics to coverage of all the professional sports teams in the NYC, we've got everything a sports fan could ask for. Like talking sports? Check out One-on-One, New York's longest-running sports call-in show, as well as our diverse collection of podcasts. If you're a Fordham student interested in joining our program, feel free to shoot me an email, bobbyc@wfuv.org. And as always, thank you to all of our listeners who support us every week. 90.7 FM is the home of WFUV Sports.
Welcome back here at Richmond, Virginia. It's Nathan Rogers here to take you the rest of the way in a big one. Seeding implications on the line for both of these teams. VCU currently set at number 2 in the conference. If they win this game, they clinch that double bye. They'd be the second team to do so far in the A10. SLU, again, the number 1 seed. They're in the top 25 in the AP poll. So they're looking to etch their way into that double bye, which is huge for this program. Looking to itch their way in to March Madness. A lot of people have them as the first 4 out, the last 4 out, but they're a good bubble team, so they're trying to build their resume before March. Fordham at number 8 with plenty of room to rise and room to fall, so they're kind of playing with house money in this game and looking to get revenge from the last time out at Rose Hill where they lost in a heartbreak of a fashion, 63-59, as Christian Henry kind of threw the ball over there for a turnover, and too many costly turnovers at the end of that game down the stretch for Fordham to win that game. So it's 64-53. Again, it's a game of trends and a game of defense so far, but again, it's been all Day Reeves. He's got 6 second-half points, but Akira has really been lighting the court up, especially beyond there. He's got 9. He hasn't missed from beyond the arc so far. On the other side of the court, Barry Evans and Terrence Hill Jr. finally getting that life together for their defense. But the heartbeat, the floor general, Tyrell Ward. He's been huge, and he's got that Power 5 kind of blood. He's from D.C., 6'6", 185 junior, so he's got that upperclassman mentality. But his shooting gravity matters, and especially on defense, he's been a problem in the inbound. So if you're Fordham with Christian Henry as your inbounder, Tyrell Ward will be in his face. Definitely something as a point of emphasis for the rest of the game. Christian Henry will inbound the ball right next to his own bench. So 16 on the shot clock, 7:53 to go here in this one. Schulte will inbound the ball, get the inbound, and try to look off and hand off to Dede, and he will over the cursive V on the logo. He's getting double team, right side dribble over to Akira, kicks it out to Henry, left side wing. Working on Jennings. He doesn't get it to go. Schulte tries to get the rebound, and it's Terrence Hill Jr. who comes up with the offensive board. Tracy working on left side corner on Akira. He gets it back top of the key. Pass deflected by Dede. 20 on the shot clock. So Fordham scoring 31 points. That's 9 more than they did in the whole entire first half. With 7 minutes remaining, they've already outscored themselves in the first half. Tracy, in and out. Djokovic with the offensive board. Can't go, but there is a foul on Akor. So Akor will be called for the whistle there, and that will be his 4th foul. So he and Abbas Bodija both have 4, so they're both in foul trouble there. And again, both of these teams are in the bonus. That's Fordham's 8th. As Djokovic's first free throw is good, he moves his total up to 8. It's 2 of 7 from the field. He shoots his second. Nothing but nylon there for Djokovic. Christian Henry on the ball again. Full court press for VCU. Absolutely swarming maroon and white. He'll get into Dede in the corner as he's double teamed. He'll run it up across the timelines. 3-on-2. Akor pulls up from 3. Misses, but Akira will grab the rebound out to Dede, far side wing. They'll reset the offense. Christian Henry surveying the field. He wants a screen. He'll tell Schulte to come back. I don't want it anymore. Now he does want it. Changes his mind. Left side wing. 5 on the shot clock. He'll do it himself. Off the rim. Schulte had too many VCU players around him to get that rebound. Barry Evans driving and crossover to left. And Akor will be called for a foul there. So very interesting turn of events here as Fordham was down by 3 just like 6 minutes ago. So that's his 5th. So he's done as VCU waves goodbye to Roar Akor, the 18-year-old who's been talked about to have real NBA potential. He's a true freshman, so he will check out of the game, which is not so good for Mike McPow and his Rams as He's really got that stretch four mentality and can pull it from anywhere on the court and hit that game winner basically against URI last time out up in Kingston, Rhode Island. So Barry Evans will shoot 2 here. That's Fordham's 9th foul, so they do not have a foul to give. Something of note in the last 7 minutes here, so they are in foul trouble. Abbas Bodija will take, of course, place. So Barry Evans makes the first. 67-53, so the lead just falling away from the Rams here. Evans, his second is good. Christian Henry will run the baseline and try to inbound the ball in front of Barry Evans' face. He gets into Dede, who passes it back to Christian Henry, and will take it across the midcourt line. Akira, right side wing, gives it back to Henry. Left hand dribble, he's calling out a play, working on Jennings. Crossover, looking for Dede, left side wing. He dribbles. He falls on his back. He gets it to Bodija, though, who drives in, Euro step on his left, and it won't go. Tracy, backhand double hitch, and will pass over to Jennings, who hits a wide open 3. So VCU is up 71-53. People are on their feet here, and that VCU black and gold band is going crazy. So that's a momentum shift if I've ever seen one. 6:05 remaining here. 9-0 run for the VCU Rams of the last 2 minutes. And they have only missed one of their last 5 shots. Rams trying to get in this one for Mike McPile, the maroon and white. But on the other side of this break, we'll talk more Fordham men's basketball on WFUV Sports.
Hey, this is Chris Carino, Fordham and WFUV class of 1992.
Wait, Joe, what'd you say?
WFUV is your home for all things Fordham athletics, with live coverage of Fordham football, Fordham men's and women's basketball, in addition to our Saturday show, One-on-One. Stay right here on 90.7 FM for all things WFUV Sports.
Welcome back to more Fordham men's basketball on 90.7 FM. Louis Lesmond drives up the court again. It's 71-53. Just a tick under 6 minutes remaining here. Fordham trying to get their first win ever at VCU on the road. Louis Lesmond looks for the long 2, pump fakes, gets it into Schulte on the low side block, and is called for a foul. Michael Bell, as it looks like, a little push under the basket. So Michael Bell will also move into foul trouble. He's had 4, so he'll take a rest. Again, Fordham in the bonus, so they will shoot 2. Schulte at the line. Again, if Fordham can kind of cut that lead down to 10 with about 4 minutes remaining and they go on a run here, they have a chance at really another comeback win and a 5th straight win for the Rams. The first of the 1-and-1 is good for Schulte. 71-54, 5:44 remaining. His second free throw is good. So Schulte has now 8 points. 3 of 4 from the line. Barry Evans pushes the pace. It's Tracy who gets Lesmond in the air off the glass, grabs his own rebound, again tips it in, and it's good. So Schulte, Lesmond, and Akira were down low, but it was not enough for VCU. On the other hand of the court, Dede, right side wing, looking for a screen, doesn't get it. Akira will back down, spin, looks like he got fouled, won't get the call, and he missed the layup. So it's Jennings, bounce pass to Michael Berry, who passes to Jokovic. In the corner, Tracy pulls up from 3, won't go. Dede rebound. Christian Henry back out to Dede. He'll drive in the paint, do it himself off the glass and a lay, and that's how you are the leading scorer in the A-10. He's up to 18 points. He's 7 of 15 from the field. Doing what he does best. Get to the driving lane, go up off the glass. And that's why he was 8-10 reigning co-player of the week. VCU moving the ball well around the perimeter. It's Jennings looking for Terrence Hill Jr. He gives it back to Jennings. Bounce pass to Tracy, who finds a cutting Michael Berry, who dunks all over Rickes Schulte. The energy is abundant here at the Siegel Center, and that'll be another stoppage of play. So it'll be a timeout for Fordham. We'll send it back for a quick break for more Fordham men's basketball.
Hi, this is Mike Breen, WFUV class of 1983. WFUV is the flagship station of Fordham athletics with live coverage of Fordham football, Fordham men's and women's basketball, in addition to Saturday one-on-one. Stay right here on 90.7 FM for all things WFUV Sports.
The one-on-one scoreboard.
There's a lot more college basketball around the country today, with the number 14 Kansas Jayhawks way out west in Tucson, Arizona, for a contest against the number 2 Wildcats. Tip is at 4 p.m. The Wildcats are 14-1 at McHale. And don't forget about number 16 Texas Tech at number 4 Iowa State, also at 4. The Red Raiders will be playing today without their starting forward JT Toppin after he suffered an ACL tear on Tuesday. And fear not, the SEC will also have some screen time featuring the Crimson Tide of Bama, ranked at number 17, about 5 hours from home to visit Knoxville, and the number 22 Tennessee Vols for a 6 p.m. tip. And as for your national champion, the recently seeded 2 Gators are hosting the number 22 Arkansas Razorbacks in an attempt to reclaim the SEC. Signing off for the final time, I have been Isabella Terracini with the one-on-one scoreboard.
Thanks, Isabella. You'll hear from her again alongside Sophia Smith right after the final buzzer in this one, breaking things down post-game. Thank you so much again, Isabella. In the meantime, just around 4 minutes to go here in this contest here at Siegel Center, 75-57. It's been all VCU in the last 5 or so minutes. The turnover margins, nothing to be shy of for both of these teams, both around 10, which is a pretty good mark for fast teams like these. But for VCU, it's been really Barry Evans and Terrence Hill Jr. doing the dirty work for Fordham, and they can't find anything to do here. So they'll inbound the ball. Christian Henry will. Again, last time out, Fordham snapped a skid with a 63-59 win over Davidson at home, building that 29-22 halftime lead and holding on in the second half. VCU fell in that second half to SLU, so Fordham trying to replicate that here in the second half. Christian Henry, top of the key, looking for Jacobs. They're getting swarmed up top in the perimeter. Man-on-man defense for VCU. Christian Henry working on Barry Evans, drives in, nailed the free throw line, passes to Lee Lesmond, but it's intercepted by Tracy. He pushes the pace, lob to Barry Evans for a alley-oop dunk. My goodness. He caught air on that one, so VCU up to the highest lead of the game so far, 20 points. This one just slipping away from Fordham so far. 3:30 remaining as Day drives in. Bounce pass to a cutting Lesmond, kicks out to Jacobs, who's open for three, and he is off the mark. So it'll be 5-on-4 as Schulte can't really get up after that missed rebound, and Tracy will shoot again from three, and it's good. So VCU up by 23. Fordham just can't really get anything going offensively, and Dede will draw a foul there, driving in on the right side on that low block. Fans are leaving here at VCU as this one's kind of out of the hands now of Fordham. Dede, again, no matter what the score is on the scoreboard, he's putting up numbers. So he's got 18, 7 of 15. Again, he scored 21 against VCU at home last time around. He will shoot 2 here, so his first free throw is good. He'll look to move his total to 20 with this next one. So Christian Henry will sub out. Marcus Green will get some minutes here, and this one really just fell apart for Fordham. They got the lid off the basket after having another scoring drought to end the first half, as Dede's second free throw was good. They went on basically what was a 10-0 run, or a 14-3 run for a while, and they were twofold outscoring VCU in the first 7 minutes of the second half. Really just fell apart offensively. VCU shooters got involved. As VCU shoots an open three, that was Nick Lewis in the corner, and Dede pushes the pace up top. Dede looking for someone open on the far side corner, looks for an easy 2 for Jacobs. That was no one in the painted area. He cuts the deficit to within 20 with just under 2.5 minutes remaining here in Virginia. Lesmond drives in, and Djokovic gets an open alley-oop. Lesmond tried to get that double team on Nick Lewis, but it didn't matter. Threw up the lob to Djokovic. Nick Lewis threw it up for Djokovic, and it was too much to handle for the Fordham Rams down low. Jacobs tries to get inside. It's blocked by Nick Lewis again. Dede drives in. No one again is in the painted area for him. So he outscores himself last time against VCU. He's got 22 now. He had 21 last time. Again, solidifying himself as the best scorer on the A-10. Terrence Hill will get bobbled up near the baseline on his bench, and they will call a timeout. So VCU will take a break. We will take a break as well. We'll hand it over to the studio for a second. We'll have it back for the last 2 minutes of this contest at Virginia.
Hi, this is Michael Kay, WFUV class of 1982. WFUV is your home for all things Fordham athletics, with live coverage of Fordham football, Fordham men's and women's basketball, in addition to our Saturday show, One on One. Stay right here on 90.7 FM for all things WFUV Sports.
Welcome back. It's Nathan Rogers here, solo crew for Fordham at VCU men's basketball on 90.7 FM and on the WFUV Sports YouTube page. Story of this game has really just been VCU in the last 6 to 7 minutes. It's been all VCU, and after a strong run by Fordham, it just wasn't enough momentum for the Rams to get involved, the maroon and white Rams. And Terrence Hill Jr. got hot. Nick Lewis was disruptive on defense, and Djokovic will always be that heartbeat and floor general as he is. And it was too much to handle for the Fordham Rams as they'll close this one out in the last minute and a half with Louis Lesmond, Schulte, Kingston Price, Marcus Green, and Akira. Tracy drives in, tries to get a pass, will be out to Evans. Terrence Hill, top of the key, he'll pull up from downtown, and it is off back iron. Akira will grab the rebound. Kingston Price moving across the timeline. Top of the key, left-hand dribble, fakes right. Gives it to Akira, top of the key again. Lesmond, behind the back dribble, working on Tracy. Doesn't find anything open. Finds a cutting Akira, who finds Marcus Green in the corner. And that is no good. So, 1 minute remaining here. 82-63. The VCU fans are giving their team a standing ovation here, as this will clinch them a double bye. Tracy takes a long three, far side corner. Akira got the rim, and he didn't even hit rim there. 40 seconds remaining. Louis Lesmond, near side wing. Kingston Price will dribble on the V of the logo. Lesmond passes into Schulte. Behind the back move. Hook shot. Doesn't even hit rim. So they will dribble this one out here. Under 20 seconds remaining. The final score will be 82-63 as Nick Lewis is guarded by Kingston Price on the U. He'll dribble this one out. A standing ovation here for VCU. Again, they have now clinched that double bye, as you'll hear this final buzzer here in a second. So they're the second team in the A-10 to do so far this season, building their resume against a strong Fordham team that has won 4 in a row, so they'll snap that win streak. They go play some more teams and have senior night at URI, so Fordham looking to continue a great second half of the season. The last 3.5 weeks for Mike McPaio, they were in striking distance for a few minutes there and went on a crazy 10-0 run, but it just was not enough and too much to handle for VCU, and VCU clapped back. And credit to them for making adjustments, especially with players like Nick Lewis, who didn't play before. And they really were outstanding in the last 3.5 minutes. They couldn't miss from 3. They were getting to the charity stripe easy. Once they got in the bonus, it was barbecue chicken from there for VCU. So for the final time, that's all from Virginia. Again, the final score, 82-63. VCU takes down their fellow Rams. Just 1 week left in the conference season before the A-10 tournament begins over in Pittsburgh. The best time of year in the college basketball world. Man, I'm excited for March. I've been Nathan Rogers, thanking you for listening and signing off from the Siegel Center one final time. And, of course, sending it to Rose Hill Studios, where Sophia Smith and Isabella Tarancini have you covered with the one-on-one post-game report. Take it away, guys.
The one-on-one post-game report.
Welcome back to the studio. I'm Sophia Smith alongside Isabella Terracini. The Fordham Rams fell to the VCU Rams in Virginia. Final score 82-63. Rough second half for Fordham.
It was a really good start.
Yeah,
to
it started out looking really well.
12
Looking really
run,
good.
Like they were in it. They took whatever Magpio said in the locker room. They took it and they ran with it for, basically as long as they could. Once they let their foot off the gas, it was just all VCU going head first and eventually leading to this 20-point differential that, Fordham just could not come back from. And even losing people to fouls and just like getting in these crazy foul situations, it was an entertaining second half, though. I feel like that's the word that we can use for it.
Definitely.
But
well, we saw a lot more of the players getting involved.
Yes.
It was like kind of like, oh, they heard us.
Yeah, I feel like they might have. Maybe they have 90.7 on in the locker room too.
Exactly. Jacobs was getting more involved. Obviously Reeves, always the shining star on this team.
Yes.
Jacobs ended the game with 13 points. Henry had 8. They definitely got more involved.
Yeah.
It was just VCU kind of gained back the momentum after about 5 minutes and just kind of ran with it.
Yeah.
And Fordham just let it happen.
Yeah.
Sat back, didn't attack. It was like they used all their energy over in those first 5 minutes, and then it was just gone.
Did look like that.
Yeah.
They really did put the pedal to the metal, and then just letting it go even slowly. You can't do that against VCU.
No,
you can't do that against any of these better A-10 schools, because they know that once you let go of your momentum, it's easy for the opponent to pick it up and run with it.
Especially against a team like VCU.
Yeah. In a packed home crowd, loud, it looked and it sounded like a good game. What I want to mention is that Akira Jacobs ended with 11 defensive rebounds. Like, he listened to Magpio, and when Magpio said, go get the ball, as he does pretty much every game, go for the rebound, Jacobs listened. Everybody else, like, they listened, but this is the only one with, basically a double-double. 13 points and 11 rebounds. He went for 3 out of 7 behind the arc, 4 out of 9. Just in field goals, and 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. I mean, he played a really, really good game. It was classic Akira fashion, and I mean, between him and DeJour, it looked more put together in this second half.
Definitely, and his 13 rebounds broke his career high.
Yeah,
so that's
big day for him.
Yeah, individual effort from him. And the team made a good effort from those first few minutes of the half, but like I said, Fordham just never recovered after giving up the momentum.
Yeah, but I also think that it was the aggression that got to VCU. I mean, within like the first 5 minutes, they accumulated 6 fouls, and it was just insane, constantly at the line. But like we were talking about how it was, a first half. Like, there were fouls here and there, but it wasn't as, like claws digging into it. This second half, like, Fordham was able to go to come back from a 15-point deficit while being just overly hounded on by VCU and just sending them to the line.
Yeah, and they closed the gap to an extent. I mean, they never got the lead at any point in this game, but they closed the gap. I think they were down by 2 at one point.
Yeah.
Which was big.
Yeah.
But, man, I mean, it was just, like, we kind of just knew that maybe this would be how the game started out. Like, we kind of just knew, like, this would be a tough opponent, and it would be tough to crawl back in this game.
Yeah. They almost did it, though.
Yeah.
And that's what matters. Like, they're working. You saw them work as a team to kill that 15-point deficit, have, a close game for a little bit, but then once, like the game will just keep going, and, a 15-point deficit can easily turn into a 20-point deficit.
Yeah. There's 2 games left on the season.
Right.
What do you want to see from this team over the course of the next 2 games?
These next 2 games, they're going to be big games. There's a lot of pressure, chips on shoulders. Like, Fordham just lost their 4-game win streak, so I feel like they're going to go to Philadelphia for LaSalle, and I just think they need to take what they learned from this game and have your foot on the gas.
Yeah.
Do not spend
right
all of
from
your
the
energy
jump.
And don't spend all of your energy in the first 5 minutes.
Definitely.
5 minutes. Keep up that really good momentum and have that lead, or keep it a close enough game that you can regain a lead throughout all 40 minutes of play. Don't go all in on 5 minutes.
And, when you have the momentum, don't let it slip just because of one thing that happens, like one mistake, one foul.
Yes.
You're still in the game. Like,
there's 40 minutes of play.
Exactly.
There's so much more game. There's so much basketball to play and watch, and it was a tough mentally challenging half, and it looked good. It's just they didn't come out with the same score as they probably would have wanted to.
Yeah, and I think it also comes down to all the missed chances as well.
Yes.
Only shooting 33%. It's got to be better than that.
Yeah.
Especially going into the end of the season. I think that these guys are capable of more.
Yes.
And they know that, and I think that we need to just attack a bit more and really stay with the momentum that we're talking about the full game.
Yes.
Rather than letting it slip.
Yes. For these next 2 games, though, I think they just need to pack on their mentality and their just sustainability. Keep the energy high throughout the game. Like, only 2 games left in the season. Like, tomorrow is March. Clock's winding down. Like, it's now or never for this season. If you want in that tournament, you have to fight for your spot in that tournament.
Yeah, it really is now or never.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's going to be it from us today on this warm, sunny Saturday afternoon where the Fordham Rams fell to the VCU Rams 82-63. Coming up, the Fordham Rams will travel to Philadelphia to face LaSalle on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. I'm Sophia Smith alongside Isabella Terracini. Your play-by-play today was done by Nathan Rogers, Brendan Shorey on the graphics, and Joe Henry on the levels. Special thanks to our sports director, Bobby Chaffardini, and Fordham Men's Basketball is a production of WFUV Sports. Have a great afternoon.
I don't think about